What's up? Alright, hold on, let's kill this. There you go. Kill the music a little bit. What is going on? What's up? What's up? How is everyone doing? Put this down here. That way we can have this up here. Skip's going to get some ice cream. That's cool. All right. It's like, how are you? Like, throwing a lot of people, like, he's not gonna be streaming ever again. I know, I'm sorry. I heard new studio space and had to stop in and say hi. I know, see? We're not in the right, see? Backdrop's different. The backdrop is completely different. And I'm it's not just the backdrop, like I'm in a completely different room. So yeah.
The Ninja Empire is supreme, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.
AG, thank you so very, very much for that sub. Means a lot, man, that you keep coming through for the Ninja Empire. Thank you so very much. You are amazing, and we are going to keep moving forward. Did you get kicked out of the basement? Yes, I did. I got kicked out of the basement, and it was like, you need to do more, you need to have a little bit more freedom, right? So if I have an assignment that I need to draw without really any distractions, I can close the door, and then everyone knows, like, hey, you gotta knock, leave me alone, that kind of thing. And and so, I got super kicked out, and then now I have to rebuild my office. So as you can tell, like, I've got one light, one light in this room, and it's right there. When I don't close the door, random people walk through the door. But I've got one light, so I gotta fix the lighting. That's why everything looks so dark. Like, from the light is over here, so over here there's no light, so it's all dark and stuff. So we're gonna hopefully fix that. What's up, Phil? I'm liking them inks. I don't know what you're talking about. You're mistaken. You're mistaken. You don't like them. You do not. But I will have lighting. I will have posters. I will have stuff up. It's gonna look more like a Ninja Empire, shrine after a while. It's gonna look cool. I'll be doing a full-on studio tour once it's all done. But AG, man, thanks for the well wishes. I'm feeling better, but my allergies are still like, what do you think you are, special? Come on now. So I'm still kind of congested and whatnot, but couldn't go another day without streaming, so had to show up. And because I don't even have, like, this is what my 2D area looks like. Right? It's still undone. The thing, right? Look at that. Look at that. I don't even have stuff filled in. Like, I barely have things I need to actually put together for, like, not streams, but for videos. Like, I have to film my 10-minute challenge video, and I gotta get that up. So it's just like, I'm still, being sick didn't help, but I'm still trying to put everything together. And still, I was like, I gotta stream. And here's a big thing. Like, I'm streaming right now off of the Wi-Fi, so I have no idea. Like, this is the first. Like, I had to stream for class, and through Discord it worked just fine. But you know, besides that, it's just kind of like, yeah. So I'm hoping, we're seeing, because I want to get a landline through, but if I don't have to drill holes through my floor and ceiling and stuff like that to get a landline up, we'll stick with the Wi-Fi. So we're testing things out. I've seen the top panel before. What reference did you use? Wait, you've seen the top panel before? Really? I didn't use any reference for that. I just kind of drew it. Knew what I was going for. Yes, new studio space, but still with a Butch. He's there with his head cut off right now. There you go.
Hey, it kind of looks like Ninja Turtles.
Yep. So yeah, new studio space. It's gonna be awesome in the next couple weeks when I can get everything together, as well as lighting, because I'm like, I need some more light. Like, that one light's just not cutting it, because normally I'll have, and it'll be hard to like stream from down here because I have no light. So I'm probably gonna put something up in the ceiling,
You should get some fairy lights.
some fairy lights.
Yeah.
So we're gonna figure something out for the lighting and stuff like that. But, or did you get kicked out? I got kicked out of the basement. I was told I was no longer welcome. Brian, Kirby head, wood, no shells, and crusty dreams. You got this. Yeah. So we're gonna make it happen. But since I don't have my 2D space set up, I gotta work on some digital stuff, because I had to get that set up for class. So, you know, luckily I had some pages already done that we could go ahead and ink. So no wasted motion, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and keep moving forward with that. Phil, man, what's the next convention you're headed off to? You doing Baltimore? I don't have tickets to Baltimore. Like, I didn't even think about it. And I was like, man, I should probably try Baltimore, and yeah, it's all sold out. So I'll have to try Baltimore next year.
What's Baltimore?
Baltimore, when is it?
Yes.
It's in October.
Is it one I know?
I don't think you've been there. You should know it. I went to it a couple times, but I'm actually going to Anime USA this year.
When's the Anime USA?
It's also in October.
Is it
Like
early
mid,
October?
it's in mid October. So I'll probably get you in so you can see it. I won't have a lot of space, but I gotta try and get this ninja stuff out to the people who like ninjas. That would be anime people, so.
Now we have to go to Frankenstein.
Apparently we gotta go to Frankincense.
And you can film it and you can put it on YouTube. And there's some content.
Oh well, we're gonna have to be doing some of that anyway. Once I get all this set up, there'll be a lot more like vlog style stuff happening in here.
Like Frankenstein.
Like Frankincense, that's right. So how's everyone doing? What's been going on? I missed a couple days because, you know, sickness, moving, all kinds of good stuff like that. So, you know. Nah, no shows. Oh, okay. Okay.
We'll see you later, alligator.
Me too, because the future. Right. I did listen for the greeting and got none. Mods are treated, and no, you didn't. You kept talking. You're right. I responded to you, but did you say hi? I saw you came in and did a mass jump. But I don't know. Did you say hi? Can scroll back and find out. So, new studio. You did. You did. I'm just a horrible person. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hi, Miss Ebony. How are you? How was your weekend? It's like that was my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was my bad. But everyone kept talking about the new studio, so the new studio space, and everybody went to, oh, did you get kicked out? I'm like, what? What? And the answer is yes. I get kicked out of my own space. But, yeah, new space, same old me, forgetting everything. But, see, here's the difference from the old space to the new space. The space. There's space here. But hey, Skip, how's it going? Since we got new people coming in. Hi, Skip. Oh, wow. Don't do that. And boys, shout outs. Miss 70, did you ever answer me about how your weekend was? Still hate inking, Phil. Went back to work today. Ew, I'm so sorry. Still hate inking. I almost have that shirt done. I'm gonna proudly support it everywhere I go. Like, I hate inking. People are like, oh, I love inking. I'm like, that's great. The shirt's not for you. I bought inks for you. For you? I hope you bought them for you. Just for me. Like, I bought them because of you. That's become the meme in the chat. I know. I know. Then I'm gonna start wearing shirts. Just be like, I hate inking. Support me. Oof. Skip, man, when are we gonna see the triumphant return of the Skip stream? Need my animation fix, man. Ice cone look good. Did you finish? Oh yeah. Oh no, I finished. that was one of the best things I had done in a while. Because the boss was like, "Hey, do you want some ice cream?" I'm like, "No, I probably shouldn't." Right? Me and ice cream don't always get along. And then it's like, well, they have, they've got whatchamacallit, they got sherbet and stuff. I'm like, I don't want sherbet. And then I saw frozen custard, and I was like, oh, frozen custard, and it was over. And then I was like, I want a regular, thinking nothing of it, right? Just, I need a regular. And they're like, all right, cool. They gave it to me as these two humongous scoops. I was like, dang. I guess I should have asked for the kitty size, because my word. But it was so good. I enjoyed every moment of it. Every single moment of that was glorious. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter. Hey, crickets to the stream question. He's also enjoying ice cream. He said he had to go out and get ice cream, so he's probably just off enjoying his ice cream. It's like yum yum yum. What's up, Aaron? Excuse me. How's it going? Really is sexy tracing. Zoe Kravitz of art. Look, whoops. Other people have a sheer talent when it comes to inking. They know what they're doing. I, on the other hand, I'm just tracing. That's why probably I hate inking, because I'm like, I'm not doing anything except drawing it again. And so it's kind of frustrating because I drew it again with the pencils, right? So I drew it with red and then I drew it with black, which I have since stopped, and I have to get a different kind of lead. Like if I'm gonna draw everything where it's nice and tight and clean, I think I'm gonna have to get the drafting pencil red, so I can sharpen it into a really fine point. So we're gonna be testing that here in the next couple of weeks. I have a lot of commissions I need to finish, so I'll be doing that soon. Miss Ebony won. What? What? No. We all know what happened there. We all know what happened. I'm doing better. Allergies were kicking my butt for a while, Aaron. I'm doing better. I'm still a bit congested, but I felt good enough to stream, so I figured it was time to get back. Gotta get back to work, you know? So you forget me, you all pay. Alright. You know what? Okay. I guess I'll take this one. Sorry everyone, that's my fault. There could be only one. Oh, and your partner in crime just is like, I don't even need to be here. Angry eyeballs. That's why I won. Yeah, because you know, when he shows up, he fights dirty, and he also fights you. Yeah, you're not on the same. You're not on the same team or something. Bad luck. I think he tries to stab you in the back, to be honest. And that's what happens, right? Like, he beats you up in the back. And then you're like, wait, what just happened? No! oh, someone else will deliver like the kill shot, but he also punches you in the head a couple times. So he might be doing you wrong. All right, Phil. Keep grinding. Gots to, man. Gotta keep it up. Gotta get this book out. Get some work done. I hear you. Get it done. Keep making inking look like it's something I should enjoy. While I'm Doom of Light. Okay. Saving, because I thought about it. See, I remember to save too. Almost off to a good start. If only I'd remembered to greet Miss Ebony when she came in. Nice earring. Oh. He likes them. I have to say, a lot of my male characters will have earrings, or especially dangly ones. I don't know why. I just like it. Which page is this? 16. You definitely can't go by any of the page orders because I'm all over the place. Draw this page. Oh, as long as I keep drawing pages, I feel good about it. But it's not like, oh, well, I drew page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, we drew page 1, then we drew page 2, then we drew page 40. Which may or may not be a detriment, like I really don't know yet. But the one thing that I don't want to do is like come to some epiphany, right? Be like, oh, this, and it's all at the end, right? So everything you see, like the last 6 pages are just absolutely, phenomenal. It's like, oh wow, these pages are great, and the rest of the book is like meh. So what I do with this kind of weird, I don't know if weird's the right word, but if this kind of weird page progression is that, hopefully some of it will translate through, right? So I'm like, oh wait, wow, this page is really good, and this page is really good, this page is less good, right? So it just kind of breaks it up so it's not just everything's good at the end. And then of course, hopefully as more and more books come out, it'll be like, oh well, this book is way better than that book, right? Like so much progress since then. That's the true goal. that your next book's better than your first book. Screen tones? No.
The Ninja Empire
Oh.
is free, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.
Mandala, thank you so very much for that sub, man. That is 22 months in a row. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. 22 freaking months. We've been around that long. The Ninja Empire has been grinding for that long. Holy crap. Thank you so much for your continued support as we move around in new space, right? New space, got kicked out of the basement. I have space to actually spin around. Yes, it was a total of 23 months, but 22 months in a row. So, oh man, we need to get some hype. I'm sorry, whoops. We completely forgot the hype. Can we get some hype in the chat for Mandala and for AG? We need to get some hype up in here. Crap, can't believe we forgot the hype. We need the hype. Hype. Moving on up to the east side, yep. trying. Right? It's gonna look cool once it's done. Like once I'm all finished, moved in, all that kind of good stuff. Should be pretty fun. Plan on doing a lot more streaming. I have the space, I now have a door. Right? So when I need to just be like, hey, I gotta do this. I can come in and get my work done. Looking forward to the new digs. Like I said, I did indeed get kicked out of the basement because we had switched some stuff around, and I went and was like, oh, this is it. This is all the space I need. This is all the space that I need. And then it was like, no, you need your own space. Get out. So I did. It was a lot of work. Lots of work. Please. But let's not make a big deal about it. Tooth man. We gotta draw those teeth somehow. Just angry. A man here is angry. He doesn't think he's getting what he deserves. Right, the leader of the fifth family, and he's all like, you're not giving me the land, it should be mine, this is preposterous, you know I deserve more. He also may be a little drunk. So I had someone ask me, they're like, what do you hope to get from doing Ninja Empire? And I was like, someone unprompted to cosplay as one of the characters. That's my hope. Finally don't hurt, just in time for me to go back to the dental appointment. Oh, well. I thought about it. Might get one that's just, remote access. So when it's like, hey, I'm recording. Because that's the biggest one when they come in and start making all kinds of noise right as I'm recording. It's like, oh, come on, guys. So, probably, just so it could be cool. But yeah, unprompted cosplay. That's really what I want. I'm glad that your teeth don't hurt. I hope that the dentist doesn't screw that up. I've come to realize that my dentist will mess me up from time to time. Like, my teeth don't hurt coming for a cleaning, and then they're all doing whatever they think is necessary in there, and then you're like, man, my teeth hurt. Oh. So, hopefully yours don't end up bad, going back to being bad, because that would suck. Mask and pajamas and robes and ribbons. Don't feel out of place. Exactly. So, I want to put together a cosplay of the main character, to be honest. Like, I really, really, really want to. But I need to jump on a specific prop maker to, make sure I get what I need. So, plus I need to get the right pants and all kinds of stuff like that. I guess I need to talk to some of the cosplayers I know. You see, yeah, that's true. True. I did a drawing in a coffee shop session with Cozy Art. Oh, okay. And their co-streamers. 7 hours in a jeez. See, that's the one thing that, some of these artists, they're here for I mean, granted, it's they're like, this is my job, so I'm working on this 7 hours anyway. So I'll just put stuff together like that. But I'm like, I don't stream for 7 hours. There are times where I wish I did, I'm like, man, I would like to be able to be one of those streamers who comes together for 7 hours a day and just can do that, but I cannot. But I think that's what makes it special when I do these long streams. It's like, hey, we're gonna do a long stream today. It makes it special because you don't get it that often. Oh, I hate that when you have a sneeze and it's like right there, but it doesn't want to come out. I was happy to get 7 drawing hours in. Yeah. I need the right setup for something like that. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully they bought coffee. Running with friends without streaming takes a lot less energy. True. Because we weren't streaming anything. Oh, okay. If you don't have to stream, it's like there is something about like streaming and recording and all that kind of good stuff that does add a lot of unnecessary pressure to things, but I don't know, kind of like it. I like it. this year. Last convention of 2000. Yep. Sell those wares. That's cool. I'm not necessarily going to any. I'm going to Anime USA, I know that. Then I'm going to Ocean City. I know that. So. But I don't know, I gotta start setting up for next year. I gotta start figuring out what I want to do for next year. There's a lot, because I think I'm starting to believe that I need to get to other conventions. You know, not just the ones that I normally go to. Plus, you know, I don't know if we can officially say that it's safer. You know, COVID's still a thing. I mean, friends are still getting sick. Sometimes it might not be as harsh, but still, you know, so, but it's a little bit safer, so it's like, all right, well, maybe we can go travel to some places, you know, and get some new faces in and sell some stuff. So I can start pitching a solid idea to people and make connections for the next phase. Yep. I'm gonna try and convince my school to send me to multiple places, but I really want to go to the licensing expo. I would love to see how that is. It seems like such a great opportunity. So I'm planning on doing that next year. Hoping to take the boss with me. Hopefully by then, you know, I'll have the first book done. So that'll be good too. I mean, I should. I don't know why I wouldn't. Ooh. Guess 10 will be the select, modify, contract. Just 10. How about 10? To pitch your school, how you're to increase the school's prestige and marketability. Oh yeah. Well, I think that it's almost something like, hey, we're gonna be, you know, we gotta teach them how to do this kind of thing, you know. So that's what I'd probably be pitching. Like we gotta try and teach them how to do these kind of things. What better way to know how to do it than to go to the place to go do it? Right. No, you're right. Absolutely right. more. Select modify contract by 10. Say thank you. And then oops. There we go. Select, modify, expand. Where'd my, oh my god. New computer setup, everything is everywhere. Was having a giveaway if y'all are interested. I know, I saw that. I just saw that as I logged in. I was like, what? They're giving away 32 markers. Heck yeah. We need another layer. And we need it to be white. Alright. Moving on. Moving on up. Moving up. US only? Sorry. Currently doing camera. Nice. Scrolling Instagram. Sometimes that's just where it's at. No. Artist to follow. Oh, nice. Coming, actually. Hopefully be done by next week. Full color, you know. I did some research, like, so I was trying to figure out what I wanted to look like and stuff like that, so should be good. It's coming. I'm not gonna miss this one. Not gonna miss it. So I was thinking about how to incorporate the flower into the Ninja Empire, right? It's like, do we just make it it's just gonna be like a regular flower, or is it a special powers flower? Because I don't know if I still have it. That's a problem. Like, I did something before. I wonder if I still have it. Now I'm gonna look. It's not a flower, but the concept was for something else. So let's see. I don't like this preview thing. What is this? I think I put it in Ninja Empire. It might be in Dark Legacy though. Sketches? No. Skullgirls. Zombies, Zombie Full, Weapons Master, Tourist, Rando. Rando? What's that? Oh, that's where you ended up. Okay. I gotta figure out something to do with this guy. Like, I don't know. It's just a drawing one day. So we got the Ranger. Okay. Those are all heads. Scars, Shogun, Speed Ninja, what's this? Okay. Twitch stream character, who's this? Ooh, I remember these guys. Okay. Untitled. That was different. That one was super different. Weapons Master, Ninja 3, 4, any. Okay. There's the Mermaid. Knowledge. Hawk. Hat Ninja. Dr. Monk. Dr. Phoenix Chandra. Born Ninja. Turn. Vanna. 30 and 30. Nope. need to start paring down the number of Discord servers I'm in. Dude, I understand that. There's so many that I'm in, and I'm like, I don't even go to most of these. Man, I wish I remembered what it was called, because I know I had a drawing of this creature. I just turn off notifications. Ah, smart. And it was for Ninja. Like, I know that it was for Ninja Empire because I wrote some story for it. That's Design Works. That's not it. Ninja Flower. Postcard. Xmas labels. Ninja tags. Ninja sale. Character development. Profiles. JPEGs. Oh. Ninjas, logo, the book, the pitch, ninjas. That's all from other people. Nope. And it's even the characters right there. Ugh. So I don't know. That's how bad it is. It's just like I don't know. I couldn't even tell you where it would be either. Or what I may have called it. Because I know that it was a concept that I had worked with Ty Ramza when we were doing collaborations and stuff, but I have no idea what I called it. That's not it. Nope, that's not. Potential? I'm sorry, I'll stop looking in a second. But I wanted to show you because it was like, oh, this. One last check. Probably not gonna bring up anything, but that's okay. Nope. Alright. I don't know where it went. Could probably find it eventually, but it was a creature that unlocked your potential, right? And so it's like, oh well, what if we changed it from creature to, to flower. It's a very rare flower. I do make a point of commenting before I drop my art though. Oh, okay. Set of powers. The chew for a very long time. Matter eater lad. Oh, but see, that would be a great skill to have. You become the world's best. Well, do you decorate cakes well, or do you just decorate them? Because if you can decorate them well, then you would be, you know, all of a sudden you would be like this highly sought after baker. So that could actually be a really cool skill. Its own separate thing. Ah. For a really long time. Just like art. Okay. Another battle royale. Oh no. Oh, I'm already exploded. I'm watching the fight now. Oh, the two brothers. Ah. I'm gonna still say he cheated. Oh wow, nobody joined me. I guess they thought it was a fair fight between brothers. Fair fight? not cheating. What are you talking about? I'm just using the tools that are available to me. Oh, come on. Allergies killing me. Just sneeze already. A lot of AI. Both about how students encourage each student and not with the other. No one have a bad day. Material is tested both in quiz. Count the higher grade. Interesting how students became so focused on most people don't. Versions of their yeah. Seems like showing model to grade students. Yeah. But see, the thing is though, like I think that would work in the higher you go, like grad school, that would be a really great model. But when you're doing stuff like undergrad, where people are really just trying to figure out the absolute basics, there is a standard that they should have to hit, you know. And bad day, good day, if I'm grading you on you and you alone, you know, if you come in and you're like, you get an A because you're bad with yourself, you've been really working, and you get an A. But then the person who is also just like super talented and is putting in just gorgeous stuff as far as art goes, and you know, and they get an A, then it's kind of cheapened, if you ask me, right? Like art, at least with art, right? Because there's just a certain level of proficiency and visual aesthetic and stuff like that that you just need. And depending on the class, right? Like if I'm doing a foundations class, your understanding and mastery of the foundation is what's going to get you the grade, not whether you've improved yourself. Does that make sense? Where it's like, you may have gotten better, but your understanding and mastery of the fundamentals is still at an average level. No, no. To take 2 grades and was always there. Yeah. Right. No, you're right. You know, that's why there's certain things like, oh, Undead, man, thank you so very much for those bits. Thank you. Get some hype and love. Thank you so very much. Thank you for those biddies. I think that art is so subjective to grade, like, that it's really hard to have like having a good teacher who can stay subjective, you know, and objective, I mean, where they're like, look, I might not like this, but, you know, I don't like the aesthetic, but the color theory and composition and everything that you're using is, you know, is really good, and you have an understanding of all this, and, you know, like, you can still look at something and be like, this is, you know, I might not like it, but these things are what we're grading on, and this is great. Like, you can't necessarily grade aesthetics unless you're going, can this be published work, right? And you just have to stay on top of the industry to be like, oh, well, no, there are many people, or there are many studios who are doing just this style. It's not for me, but, you know, this is what's popular, so yes, you can. This is a professional aesthetic. So, you know, you're watching a lot of people there, Undead. I mean, to be honest, I think that it all should be. You know, if you, honestly, I would like to see art being taught in more of a mentorship style than anything else, right? Where it's just like, we're gonna have projects and you're gonna do work and we're just gonna get you to a strong portfolio, versus, oh, well, you gotta have this grade at this time to do this much, and it's just, I don't think it makes sense to do that because art is so subjective. You know what I mean? That it really can be a detriment to doing art and learning how to do stuff when all you're focused on is, will I get a good grade? Am I gonna get a good grade? That's the hard part. I kind of wish we didn't teach for the industry. Yeah, not for fine art, but not just to get a job either. Yeah, but that's what people want, right? Because, well, I'm going to college. You're going to teach me how to get a job. Like, all right. And what makes it really hard is when, you know, you got people in admissions being like, oh yeah, once you graduate from here, you're gonna go work for Blizzard, or you're gonna go work for Nintendo, and you're gonna do this and that, But it's like, yeah, but that only works if they're good and want to put in the work and the effort and all that kind of good stuff. Just because you have a desire doesn't mean that you're gonna make it. Because, at one point I desired to play basketball. Then I realized I hate basketball. I also may or may not have sucked at basketball, so, Okay, so... Plan B. Yes, you should be like, hey... What if this doesn't work? Like, I'm going to be a Disney animator. And it's like, yeah, but you kind of suck. What then? But, to be honest, if you really want to be a Disney artist, then that's all you should be doing, right? Trying to be a Disney artist. No plan B. Because if you already plan for plan B, that means you're not spending enough time dedicated to plan A, right? Like, I think one of the hardest things people are being, or one of the most detrimental things that people are being taught is that what's your plan B? What if this doesn't work out? So you're instantly placed with doubt. Like, instantly. Well, what's your plan B? What if that doesn't work? It's like, why won't this work? Right? Like, if you really want it, there's very little things that you can't achieve. Right? But you got to put in the time and effort. It might not happen in 6 months like you want, but it might happen in 5 years, and you've been working here and you built some experience here, you got this, you found your style, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, Disney, right? Like, I like to tell people there is no plan B. Because if you plan for plan B, you're not planning for plan A. And that's, right? Like, that defeats the purpose. But it's always good to have that backup plan. I went and got my master's degree so that if art didn't work out, I could at least go teach. But I didn't think about, like, I'm going to be a teacher, right? I was like, I'm going to do art. I'm going to do art. I wasn't good enough. I went to grad school to learn more, to study more, to practice more. And then it's like, all right, well, if this doesn't work out, I can at least teach, right? Which I really think that probably was, it was a benefit for me because I found out that I wanted to be a teacher. But as far as becoming like a professional artist, there was never that like, I'm going to drive it home 100% because I just want to be a professional artist and that's how I want to pay my bills. It was, well, if it doesn't work out, I can go do this, right? So it kind of hindered me. And if I was more like, I'm going to do plan A, oh no, why did I do that? Like, if I was completely focused on plan A, I think that when I was in grad school, I would have taken that professional artist up on his proposal to take me under his wing and become a professional artist under his studio. If I was like, I'm gonna do this, but I didn't. So I don't know. Are they taught to draw and animate in their own style, or the style of the instructor? It depends. So it really depends on the instructor, right? They'll tell you to animate, but then they'll also go, oh, well, this is ugly, right? I've seen professors who will, instead of going, wow, you animated the crap out of this, right? Like, this is amazingly animated. I don't like this style, but, you animated this very, very well. So it depends on the teacher, and it depends on the student, because they might be like, wow, this is ugly, right? And then they're like, all right, I'll change it. And then they start doing more so what the teacher wants versus what they want. I always wanted you to do it in your your own way, because if you like something, and I've always said this, like if you like it, you'll put more effort into it. So I always wanted you to do your own thing. And I've also told people, I'm like, I don't want to do your job for you, right? So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you how to fix it, but I don't want you to draw like me, because then I can do it. Oops. So I think it's also a problem of people not having an accurate plan A. Correct. Plan B through Z look a hell of a lot like plan A. Like, it's crazy to me how many kids want to be industry animators, but I think they won't have to move out to California. Correct. Right? Or wanting to work at Marvel, being good enough to work at Marvel, but neglecting the networking skills they need to get friendly enough with editors to do the work to work for Marvel. Yeah. No, it's absolutely true. I mean, and that's the thing, like having a plan A that is accurate. Right? Like, because if you know what you want, if you're like, I know that this is what I want to do, then you can put steps in place to get to that. But you need to know what it is exactly that you want to do, and then go, okay, how do I get here? Where am I? And you have to accurately, assess the situation that you're in. It's like, because like you said, you have to move out to California. Okay, well, how am I going to get out to California? Well, I'm going to need a plane ticket. All right, well, I need a job. It's like, I need money first. Okay, how are you going to get the money? Okay, I got to do this. Right? Like, there are steps to getting what you want, but you have to be willing to do them. And some people have an easier go at it than others, because it's like, oh, well, I need money. All right, I'm going to go ask my parents, or I'm going to go ask this person, I'm going to ask that person, and they give them money. And it's like, all right, cool, good for you. And there are others who have to literally bust their butt just to be like, all right, first part's done, I can afford a plane ticket. So I think accurately having a plan, it's like, what is the plan? Okay, how can you obtain this plan? Is it going to be worth the work to do that, right? Are you willing to go to 15 conventions just so that you can get your face out there, see what people are doing, learning from the industry, going and saying, oh wait, this person has done this. I would love to talk to them, right? And be like, hey, how did you do this? Or how are you going about doing that? Doing some research, but a lot of people don't want to put in that work. That's the big thing. That's what I'm trying to instill in my students. It's just like, you're going to have to work. Like, you're going to have to put in a lot of work. It's not just going to be super easy. And it's like, all right, well, I can draw. I'm like, that's great. So can, thousands of other people. What sets you apart? What's going to make it so that when people, talk to you and whatnot, how are they going to remember you over the other interesting person that they talk to? And what are you going to do? Are you going to go to that drink and draw? It's like, oh, well, there's a drink. You go to a convention and they're like, hey, there's this drink and draw happening tonight. Right? Do you go to the drink and draw? Or do you just go to sleep? And you're like, no, man, it's going to be it's going to be an early morning. I should probably go and get some rest. Right? Both answers are very viable. Right? Both answers are very viable, but then you got to deal with the consequences that come with it. And that's the thing that I think most young people don't get. It's like, you can do whatever the heck you want, but everything has a consequence. Every single thing has a consequence. Right? Do you go to the drink and draw? Yes. Okay. You went to the drink and draw. Tomorrow, when you have to go talk to a different company, right? You're dead tired, and you may or may not put on a good performance for your interview, Or you might come up there and it looks like you're falling asleep, and they're just going, this person doesn't seem like they really care, you know. So, and then you're like, nah, I don't go. And you're like, all right, you're refreshed. You have a good meeting with the other company, but then at that drink and draw, the company you really wanted to work for was just going around looking at people and doing on-the-spot interviews, and you missed the opportunity to actually go and get the job that you actually wanted, right? So it's hard. It's hard, but that's why when people are like, you got to put in that work, you got to put in the work. For the one big game, rather than schmoozing with all the other names no one else has ever recognized yet. You look like you have to fart.
What are you drawing right now?
Page 16.
Why is it a bunch of people?
Because this person's yelling.
Okay.
And these people are all in the room with them. Right? And it introduces who these people are and whatever they have to say.
It's me.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
It's like, look, it's you.
He's just yelling at them?
Yeah.
He's not even saying anything.
Huh?
He's not even saying anything.
I don't have the words in there, man.
You forgot to write the words.
Come on, man. Don't be that guy.
Alright, bye.
Good night.
Good
What were those cases been over? Yeah. Like, I remember getting to chat with this for an hour in Baltimore Comic Con while a bunch of my friends spent half the day trying to get 5 minutes with David Finch. Right. No wait in line for 4 hours just for something that's like, I remember I went to Baltimore Comic Con and I forgot who I was looking at. I think it was Finch, actually. And I was like, oh, I should go talk to Finch. All right, and he had this line, and I'm like, yeah, I might cut in line, be happy. And I look over, and Ivan Rice is by himself, just chilling. Just like, boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-boop. No line, no nothing. I went over there, I talked to him, I bought a sketchbook. He did a drawing of me in the sketchbook for free because I went and talked to him. I mean, it was great. And some people will only go to, like, I need to talk to this one person and this one person only, in hopes that that one person is going to be, like, this person is going to give me everything I need, versus, let me talk to multiple people and see if I can't make something happen from all of it. But it had been a few years earlier. A con sketch from him. Yeah. I hope to smooth with people that looks kind of maybe like, but yes. The artists who probably would have never met me. Yeah, that would be good. Again, doing fan art is allowing me to low levels. Oh no, absolutely. See, a lot of people think that doing fan art is stupid, right? And they're like, you should. Like, I've had conversations with a whole lot of professionals who are like, you should not do fan art. You should do your own thing, right? And while I get where they're coming from, But fan art serves many purposes. One, you actually like it, right? And it allows you to figure out why you like it and how it's going to influence your style, right? And if you pick the right people to like, right, they'll be able to teach you about anatomy and perspective, and you're like, holy crap, they do some amazing things with like poses, and you start mimicking their, you know, their ability to do that, and it's like you can get a lot from fan art, to be honest. So, you know, I even tell people they should trace. You know, I'm like, you should trace your favorite comics or animation cells or stuff like that, right? Actually learn how it's done. Don't be like, oh no, tracing's bad. Tracing's bad when you try and sell it as your own stuff, right? But if you use it, if you're using it to learn, then you know what I mean. It's not a problem. It's a learning tool. But some people have opinions, you know. It's kind of fan art. Well, I mean, yes and no. If you're doing your own stuff, it's not necessarily fan art, right? You're probably like, but it's still derivative, right? But like I said, technically, yeah, but because it was inspired by something else and stuff like that. So, yeah. Oh, you're doing that? Yeah, that's fair. Very fair. Saving. Banskis. Commercial. Yeah. Yep. If you're trying to do it commercially, it's a bit hairy. What's funny, wait, that's purple, so you can't do that. We can draw it in and do a color knockout. Yeah, okay. It's like, how to do that? Oh, I have to do a color knockout, so I can draw it in. It's just, you know, if you're trying to sell it commercially, you'll get in trouble. But what's funny is how fan art, you're like, oh well, I drew fan art of Batman. I'm gonna go to a convention and sell a bunch of prints. People are like, of course. And like nobody seems to be worried about that. Like I'm not necessarily worried, right? Because I can go to a convention with all my own stuff and be fine, right? But I'm looking at all these people who are like, oh, fan art is my life's blood, that's what I do. And it's like, what happens when they go, no more of that? Then what? Then what are you gonna do? It might never happen. right? Because it seems as though the blind eye, which is keeping a lot of attention on, you know, Marvel's getting a lot of free, Marvel, DC, all these people are getting a lot of free advertising, you know, by letting people do fan art. And it's like, hey, if we keep letting people see it and they're like, hey, this is in my, you know, I get to see this in my eye all the time. I love Spider-Man. When I drop the official Spider-Man movie, people are going to want to see it. You know, like, oh, I'm going to go watch it because Spider-Man never left. I'm always being bombarded by Spider-Man at every convention I go to. But I'm going, what happens when there's that one lawyer who's like, it's time to make a name for ourselves, right? And they go and be like, all right, they hit up the showrunner and they're like, you are responsible for no fan art unless they have worked with the company on that project, within the last 3 to 5 years. And then when they go through and they're like, and then you have a lawyer or a person who walks through and they'll be like, hey, have you worked on Spider-Man? And they're like, nah. And it's like, all right, well, here's your cease and desist, right? And they're like, we're gonna sue every single one of you if you don't stop, if you don't take this out, right? But they wouldn't actually go after the small time artists. They would go after the convention and be like, you're the one who invited these people in, you're the one who's under copyright violation. And they start, suing these companies. The companies then are going to be, or the convention companies are going to come in and be like, all right, no fan art, right? Unless you've worked on it within the last couple of years, no fan art, because they don't want to get sued. You know what I mean? So it's like, but it like I said, it's not happening. But I don't know if no one's thinking about it, or if I'm the only one who's thinking about it. Going, I'd be scared crapless if my entire livelihood is based off of copyright infringement. And don't get me wrong, right? I draw fan art. I sell fan art. But if they're like, hey, you can't sell fan art anymore, I don't think I'd be hurt. I'd be like, all right, fine, whatever. You know? Not understanding how copyright works. Usually if it was, yeah. Yes, I agree. I don't do art of X-Men character. Yeah. Man, I'm getting my butt kicked. How much people love someone else's IP. That's true. Wow. So the other brother comes back and was like, I was defeated before, but not this time. Disney, but everyone's too lazy to look for non-Disney content. Right. Right? And then they're like, oh, well, I love that show, or I love this, or I love that. And that's what they want you to do. You know? It's really crazy to me. Like, when I put nothing, there was no fan art on my table when I was doing Dark Legacy. And people were like, man, I really like your art. And you're like, oh, thanks. And they go, can you draw me Batman? I'm like, I mean, I can, right? And so people will ask you, like, I really like what you're doing. I like that you're trying something new and all that kind of good stuff. You're like, oh, sweet, thanks. Draw me Batman. Draw Wolverine. Draw Gambit. You're like, man, come on. Right? And so people are creatures of habit, and it's really hard to break them of said habit. And then what makes it crazy is when someone asks you, like at Comic-Con, like it's really confusing to me when someone actually asks me for my own character. Right? And they're like, oh man, can you draw this character? I really like this character. And you're like, wait, you want me to draw my own character? Holy crap. Right? It always catches me off guard because so many people could give two poops about what I'm actually doing. Like one of the hentai girls. Like, would not be surprised. Ah. And are there any comics outside of Disney to see? Yeah. And there, I mean, there's IDW, there's Boom Studios, there's Image. There's Devil's Due is still putting out books. There is oh my goodness, what is that company called? Oh no. They host Rose City Comic Con, Oni Press. So there's plenty of other companies out there, and they're making decent enough money. Otherwise, they wouldn't be still producing stuff. But you know, it's people like what they like, and they know they're out to get something. And it's always fun when you catch someone who's like, "Oh no, I love what you're doing. I want that." And you're just like, whoa. Like, Comic-Con caught me off guard hard. Because there were a couple people who were like, oh, I want you to draw this character. You're like, really? They're like, yep. I was like, oh, okay. Just completely confused that people would be like, I want you to draw your character. That's the one that actually got me to come here. That's what I want. You're like, oh. Got to actually draw the Black Dragon a couple times. So, that was fun. But then it is also fun when they ask you for something and you're just like, I don't even know how to draw that character. I've only drawn them like once. Which is a bad habit of mine. That's why I'm really glad I'm doing this comic. Because hopefully I'll be able to, when someone's like, hey, can you draw this character for me? Like, yes, because I know how to draw my own characters. Ha! But, I mean, I think I would royally screw that up, to be honest. If people were like, hey, can you draw this character? I'm like, sure, let me just get my own reference of my own character because I've only drawn them twice. So, you know. I don't know if anyone else falls in, like, I really don't know if anyone else kind of falls into that one. Like, wait a minute, you want my stuff? Really? You want mine? You want me to draw my own thing? Not something else? Oh. Hold up. Do you guys have kind of throwing them out as kids in the early 80s? Don is I think Don's lurking at work. So yes, technically he's here. He said hi earlier. Oh, really? It has. Oh, see. I think you might see an increase from me because of the studio and the fact that I can close my door. I'll have more opportunities to join you in that realm. Jack Trick's about the truth. The Bible prophecy. I probably walked away. Yeah, maybe. He's the Antichrist. Save. Alright, saving. Thank you. Thank you for streaming tonight. Should motivate me to create. Oh, nice. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I wasn't streaming. I don't plan on missing anymore. Like, well, I can't, can't really speak for when I get sick and stuff, but, I'm not about to bounce out and be like, I don't feel like it today. I really do want to stream more. Like, want to just stay consistent, maybe add an extra day. Start telling people about it a little bit more. Going to conventions, telling people, hey, stream. I'm really sad, whatchamacallit really did kill me, right? Like, COVID really did put a hurting on me, because I was like, oh, we're gonna be doing all these things and talking about all this stuff, and then, COVID was like, nah, you're not going to do that. So now it's like, well, which cons do we go to and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that next year will be a big promotion push for Ninja Empire. So coloring book for reference used from eBay. And just now I noticed that some kid has actually used it as a coloring book. Nice. Just a little bit. It's like just a little bit. May have been a little worried. Yeah. Watch some true. Okay, so at least it wasn't that bad. You got to go watch some true crime, so that's good. I got to take medicine and go to bed. I took medicine and was like, I'm so dead. True Crimes gives you ideas. Come on now. Me missing a stream's not that bad. You don't gotta get strategy plans. You know, it was murdering the streamer. See, I knew it. I knew it. I was like, come on now. It's like, look, I'm working. Well, I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry.
Savage.
It's like, what are you trying to do? Trying to do all the things. Bounce. Here, here you go. Skate roll. I'm definitely not an 80s kid. What? So I'm like, man, maybe I'm not an 80s kid. Rock skating. All I think about is the roller rinks. And for some reason, roll bounce. Rock skate, roll bounce. Yeah, see? I guess I get lucky sometimes. The song. Yeah, see? No? Sorry. I'm not following, I'm sorry. Probably want to hear it. But I'm just gonna claim that I'm sick. Like, sorry, I'm sick. You gotta kind of spell those things out for me, I'm sorry. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for letting me slide today. Oh, okay, so wait. Yes. I did not. My blackness didn't kick in well until my high school years. So, you gotta understand, my dad was always gone, and my mom's very German. So, yep, there you go. So you'll just have to forgive me. book publishing depends on how far you want to go. I've published some books. It's like, I guess that really just depends on what the what experience are you looking for. You know, I have experience. What? Oh. Wait a minute. Huge Empire. This thing. Time. Here's black. Almost out of juice. Raw main event is on. Time to. Alright, man. Thanks so very much for hanging out. Always fun having you here. Enjoy. Painting myself into a corner. Ink art that I think should be ultimately in book form. Okay. There's a lot of great, like, on-demand printing that you can use. I know that you know, like, when I'm doing, like, books, I use, so I go to, like, Lulu. Lulu is an on-demand printing, but I use their more professional side, which is Lulu Express. You know, and so they do a real good thing, right? Like their printing is really cool. But there's a bunch of companies that you can, you know, look into. But what I would recommend is definitely doing a print on demand type service versus getting a whole lot of books. Like, if you do get a lot of books, you know, like, you got to make sure you can sell it, because otherwise you're like, you got to store it, and it just becomes a pretty big pain in the ass. But I know that, like, what is it, Ninja Printing. So I went with them for a book, and they do great stuff, but they let you know ahead of time it is printed out in China, right? And you have to put something in your book stating that it was printed in China and stuff like that. But they are really cheap as far as all the services that they are giving and stuff like that. So that's a good one. So carry inventory anywhere? Yeah, then you got to go for a print on demand. I would look into Lulu and Lulu Express. Lulu Express is their more high quality, like, paper and printing and stuff, whereas Lulu is it's literally designed for people to actually do their vanity projects. You know, they're like, oh, I want to do this, and then you can print it for relatively cheap. They have an online store. You can sell it online. They'll put it on Amazon for you, right? The problem is, when they put it on Amazon, you got to pay Amazon, and then you got to pay them too. So, you know, if you're really trying to make money, that might not be the place to do it. But, like, it's all done in-house. So And Lulu is an American company, so you know if that matters to you. There's that. And when they're doing the inventory thing, it's all on them, so they don't print it until someone buys it. Best ever. And Lulu Normal, they run deals all the time. Lulu Express, like I said, more professional quality and stuff. So like their papers thicker, they have more options. Is through that they do not run. They don't run anything. It's like there's no coupon for Lulu Express. But for Lulu regular, they run coupons and stuff all the time, and they also do both Lulu and Lulu Express. Like if you decide to order it, they do discounts based on bulk. So the more you buy, like the more you buy, the better it, the cheaper it gets. Which is also really cool when you're doing a Kickstarter, because you can go through them and then you go based on the original price, and then when you have to order 100, it goes down in price for you, so you make a couple extra bucks. Oh, and they're great for that. They're great. Relatively fast. They always have a first-time buyers thing. So, I would definitely look into them. I use them all the time. Depending on the project will depend which half of their company I'm using, either Lulu or Lulu Express. But definitely having like a one-shot. They do hardcovers. Right, spiral bound, perfect bound, black and white, color, different sizes. I'm really happy that I found them. So busy doing my drawing. Yeah. I mean, time will do it. Okay. Yeah, not a problem. Anytime. Anytime. It's about 2 hours drive to get to New York City. Yeah. Philadelphia is about 2 hours. Roughly the same. Memory serves me right. Got about 5 minutes left. Are we gonna get one more battle royale? Who's gonna be the crowning champ leaving today? The final battle royale. No worries. Oh, come on, come on. Come on! Come on! Grand champion! New space! New champion! Not rigged. Inevitable. I mean, sooner you have it, the better it goes. Just gonna say it. I have mine. Once you start doing big stuff, you know, just don't want to get sued. Being sued is a bad thing. So, start your LLC, you know, kind of make sure that your assets are safe. You know what I mean? It's actually not that bad. Streamlabs felt sorry for you, probably. Like, he deserves a W. It's like he deserves it, don't you think? I mean, jeez. This poor guy. And everything freezes. It's too much power. All right, see you later. Time's up. All right then. Pencils down. We got pretty far. Save that. We got. Okay. Alright. Thanks for coming and hanging out. As always, thank you guys so very much. Thanks for the lurkers. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for... Excuse me. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for talking. You guys are absolutely amazing. And I mean, look. We've, started drawing. We almost got this whole thing inked up. So, things are going great. New space. Soon to be finished. And, yeah. You guys are freaking awesome. But I think it's time to go. So, always remember, born a ninja, die a ninja. Now, should we raid somebody? Is there anyone raidable? Or should we just go to bed? What are we thinking? Raid or go to bed? Is there anyone? Anyone? Adios, people. Wait, Adobe streaming? What? Adobe streaming again? What is that? Bed, get some rest. I'm lagging. Alright, well then. You've heard it. We're gonna go ahead and take it easy and have a good night. Alright then, I will see you guys on Wednesday. Stay productive, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Supreme, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.